Hello, welcome to the update. I'm Susie Thompson. The New South Wales opposition insists the state government needs to come clean about how it will afford a massive police pay rise. Officers have been offered a wage increase of nearly 40% over 4 years, the largest ever for public sector workers. Nurses say the deal is a clear disparity as they fight for a one-off pay rise of 15%. Liberal leader Mark Speakman's told Nine nurses have the right to press the Premier on where the money's coming from.
Chris Minns yesterday told the press that taxes would have to go up if the nurses were to be paid more, and yet somehow he's found the money to have very generous pay increases for police.
A 43-year-old teacher killed by a water tanker that crashed into a kindergarten north of Melbourne was reportedly pushing children out of the way to protect them. The Herald Sun says Eleanor Bryant was trying to save children after the truck hit a power pole, veered off the road and then crashed into the kindy. A 3-year-old boy was taken to hospital with a serious arm injury. The driver of the truck, a 68-year-old man, is in hospital for observation. A Perth-based gold mining company has confirmed its chief executive has been detained in West Africa. In a statement, Resolute says Terence Holohan and 2 other employees are being held by military authorities in Mali. They're receiving support on the ground from the UK and other international embassies. WA Premier Roger Cook says it's an alarming situation.
They understand he has not come to harm and that he's been looked after. Obviously, this is a very concerning issue for both his company, but obviously his family. And we hope he's okay and will be able to come home soon. But it does underpin and underscore just how risky some of these jurisdictions are when it comes to undertaking these industries.
A 36-year-old installation technician has been crushed to death by a gigantic blade during construction at the Golden Plains wind farm west of Melbourne. Vestas says it's cooperating with police and WorkSafe. The Australian Workers' Union says the death could have been prevented after safety concerns were raised 2 weeks ago. Around 700 Western power workers across WA are expected to strike on Friday. Electrical Trades Union members will walk off the job for 24 hours over pay and conditions. State Secretary Adam Woodage says they still have 24 outstanding claims.
We've had some pretty extensive efforts at the bargaining table with Western Power, and they've offered terms that we do not feel fairly recognise the skills and the commitment and the risks faced by our members.
And employees at 4 major Woolworths warehouses will stop work for an hour today, demanding better pay and conditions. The union says workers are being pushed to their limits to complete tasks in an unsafe time and manner. Sport and entertainment are next. In sport, Norway's Casper Ruud has beaten Carlos Alcaraz 6-1, 7-5 at the season-ending ATP event in Turin. The Spaniard gets another chance tomorrow when he faces Germany's Alexander Zverev. And in women's Big Bash cricket, the Renegades have beaten the Adelaide Strikers by 9 wickets with 17 balls to spare. Melbourne player Hayley Matthews has been named Player of the Match. In entertainment news, Rita Ora has paid tribute to late One Direction member Liam Payne at the MTV Europe Music Awards. The singer telling the awards he was one of the kindest people she knew. Payne's body has been flown back to England ahead of a funeral service. And Queen Consort Camilla has spoken to survivors of domestic violence in a new documentary airing in the UK. Her Majesty saying it should not be a taboo subject to discuss.
People are so shocked by what they hear that rather like me, that they want to say, oh, hang on a minute, perhaps there's something we can help with.
And that is the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you later on for another update. I'm Susie Thompson.